Hello there, welcome back to Venice and our, well, achievement game. Last time we did take a little bit of stuff here and there, we built a little bit, but we didn't really get anything done, and I don't really see that changing too much. We do have a new pope though, Lando. Potentially he wants to give me something, but I would doubt that, he's a drunkard. So, let's see if sending him a bottle of wine and then asking him to give me a claim will still, deny it, which sucks. So, let us just continue where I left off. We'll be trying to get those 80 trade posts, and we'll also be trying to, well, get the required provinces for Italy, and potentially fight the Byzantine Empire. And we'll see how that goes. The drunkard died very quickly, and this guy doesn't really like me at all. So, we'll, as I said, continue trying to take Italy, and do upgrades to our house, and see if we can get those trade posts. We'll probably turn feudal within the next 100 years, though, hopefully. We'll see what happens. So, the Serene Doge Ranieri has given up the ghost at age 73. He died a natural death. So, Gilberto here is the new Doge. He's also an old man, and will probably die very soon, but we can marry again here. Unfortunately, I did not get the chance to actually marry, well, the genius per se. I could potentially try and marry another genius, if I find one, that is, but of course, that is rather doubtful. We'll have to see here. We'll go for someone with skills into stewardship, and hopefully we'll find someone who is fairly good here. But can't see anyone with any traits. There is Laura here, who's a quartering Rimini. I think I'll actually try and get the betrothal with her. Reason is simple: genius. It helps immensely down the line. And other than that, we'll also do a pretty substantial investments, it looks like, for our next guy here. I might go ahead and see if I can find a family member who's brilliant and just sacrifice a little bit of extra cash in order to keep myself, well, from not dying every 5-6 years. Because it gets real expensive in the long run. We'll see if I can find a way. I find a guy I'll go for Bonifacio. Here is my nephew. He's 23 years old, is 8 in diplomacy and 10 stewardship. He should work fairly well here, so I'm going to award him the designated heir. And with that, I'm pretty sure I have to invest a fair amount more, but hopefully the investment will be a little bit, well, longer lasting. We'll put a campaign fund at 1400 ducats, just to make sure that we actually get him. And it could become a little bit troublesome to use that much money on one election, but if he actually lives 20 years, he'll probably pay it off, and more too. So we'll see if that actually happens. You want to marry my daughter, or you want this guy to marry my daughter. Fair enough. I can't get rid of her. They don't really serve a purpose. That's the problem. What we are going to do is fight probably Genoa, Italy, Tuscany, everyone. Even Aquitaine. We'll see what we get out of it, and I'll get back to you with the results. I'll try to get this slower but more boring phase done a little bit quicker. Big battles, big wars against a Byzantines or the Aquitaine amassing a big fools. I'll show you that, but other than that, I'll try to leave out as much as possible. We'll see what happens. So, I haven't actually fought Aquitaine directly yet, but I do have a very big army here that we are probably going to go ahead and challenge. I'm going to allow my army to recuperate for another month. We have taken some land here. We took Apulia, but Bari was taken by the Grand Prince here. So we might have to fight Byzantium very soon. I've fought everyone else over, taken this, taken the last county claim we had here. Currently fighting for Susa for a duchy claim, and just to hope that, just to pass the time really. We're also building some more. This is not charity. Consider not family into our capable hands. Cello. How about I give you some cash and you build your own damn trade posts? This is not a charity. So yeah, I'm going to give you a little bit of cash here and you can build your own trade post. But yeah, I'm going to challenge this big army here and we'll see how this battle goes. It could be an interesting one. They do have some light infantry, but they also have cavalry, heavy cavalry, and archers. So potentially I might actually lose this one. Kind of annoying that there's 23 people here. It's not actually even close to being a part of the battle, but I still get them on top here. So yeah, we actually won the battle, but 2 of our units got routed. I don't think I lost anything though, which is good. Do I want to chase them down? Yeah, I probably do for war score potential, and also the fact that I'm going to declare war on these guys in just a couple of, well, just about now, really. So we're going to enforce demands here. I'm pushing a woman's claim on Susa, and the reason is really they'll become independent. The heirs could potentially be something I might benefit from. I have no idea if she'll actually... no, she won't accept an vassalization, and I can't really create the duchy as things are standing, which is kind of bad. But at least I can get myself married. So we are going to, I think, push to claim for the tiny little city over here, which is a little bit interesting. So let us get that done. How is my wife, really? Fairly alright. A little bit shame that she became a tactician, but boosts my demesne size a little bit at least. And we're going to warn this guy for... I guess we'll just take the closest city here. We'll take Narbonne sooner than later. The problem is that we probably will get the... Well, they're actually split in half right now. Is it a war? No, it's actually a peace, so... It's going to be interesting to see how Hispania develops over the next few years. But other than that, we will be taking the city here. And by taking that, we can hopefully, well, start getting a little bit more in the driver's seat. We'll also be trying to keep on building and see if we can get some more trade posts into the Republic here. The potential is bigger than what's currently being used. The potential is we can have at least 7 more. So we'll have to see if we can make them work on that. I'll probably also start handing out a little bit more counties and cities to the patrician families, and we'll see if that actually boosts everything. Giving them a solid income should probably be a little bit of an help here. With that said, I think I might do that right now. The two that doesn't really have anything right now, I'm going to grant you Genoa and Pisa, I think. I'm going to give this guy Pisa, and I'm going to give the other guy... Do I want to give him Bologna? Yeah, I think I want to give him Bologna instead. It's a little bit inland, it's a little bit remote, but it doesn't really matter. It's extra income for them. They can't really complain about that. Tradonico family, we're going to give these guys Pisa, and potentially also Piombino. So hopefully that'll bring in a little bit, as I said, extra income per se. We're also going to have this guy train troops, and this guy stick to Rome to make a little bit extra. But as you can see, this war is definitely already won. We already crushed the main army. All remains is basically sieges, so I'll get them out of the way and then I'll get back to you. East France has joined, which could be a problem. But I think we have enough forces to deal with that. We'll simply have to wait and see once the battle actually commences. This could actually be a loss here. They do have a lot of troops, so I'm kind of wondering if we should try and run away or if we should wait here. Excellent. So it's done now on 1st November. Reputation is ruined. I just can't kill this guy. I have no idea why. He has 9 intrigue. He's a kinslayer. He's basically done every bad thing you could think of. He's gluttonous, stressed, paranoid. Well, that's probably why I'm failing, but even so, it's kind of interesting to see that I've been failing so many times. So, 7,500 men here versus 11. How will that go? Hopefully in our favor. If not, we might be in some serious trouble here. Well, he's crushing their left flank here, so I think this should be a victory. Finally, he died. The guy who could potentially inherit something that we... Well, that guy is he's in my... Well, not realm. Well, he's in my realm, so I don't see a problem with him inheriting. We're going to go ahead here and hunt and destroy that army. Reason, it's annoying and I want it dead. After that, we can go back to sieging everything, so that is fine. The battle itself ended up with a fairly alright victory, and potentially, yeah, we can catch someone and get a little bit of extra cash. Problem is that army is currently joining here and could... No, they can't actually make an upset. So, as you can see here, the red news are definitely the way to go if you want to win at this game. We're still going to have to ping back and forth for a while, but I think we have with these battles. First of all, we'll get a lot of prisoners, which means a lot of cash, and we'll also get everything else we could possibly want. We completed another section per se, and we're going to do the Palace Garden. So I'll just keep on. We'll win this battle or war, and once I've won it, I'll get back to you. I think we'll see how that goes. Great Seljuk, my liege, rumors have reached us of a mighty new leader on the rise among the august Turkish tribes of Turkestan. The Khan, by the name of Seljuk, has served in the armies of the steppe hordes and is apparently a brilliant commander and an inspiring leader of men. He appears set to carve out his own realm in the region of Turkestan and Khiva. It's a fine tale, really. So this could actually be positive for us. No matter how weird it actually sounds, if he managed to actually carve out a reasonably big realm, he could potentially then challenge the Byzantine Empire. That is what I'm hoping. That he actually ends up going for challenging the Byzantine Empire rather than anyone else. My liege, the great Khan Seldric and his vast horde of Turkish horsemen have raised the banners of war near Kizilorda. The ambitious warlord appears set on subjugating the local chieftains and unifying all Turkmen tribes. Neighboring rulers should prepare for the coming storm. The Mohammedans had it coming, so seems like things will get interesting now. But yeah, I'll go ahead and finish this war, and we'll get on to other things, I guess. We'll see how it plays out. So, things did not go as planned with the inheritance. As you can see here, they got the County Cremona. If I were to declare war on the Byzantines, I'm a little bit unsure what I actually get or gain from that. I can claim a lot of places, but that's about it. That's really about it. I can claim a lot of things. I can see trade posts, but I can't really pull anything more than a single county at most. So that is a little bit annoying. So what I think we'll do here, first of all, is take first Cremona, and then slowly but surely work our way up. But we can, of course, invest here in legalism, and we're going to do that. It should help down the line. I'm a little bit unsure, but I think we'll still save for trade practices. We do need those trade posts, and this is probably the best way of getting them. I don't think we'll invest anything in military either. We kind of have to live with what we have. I might go for, of course, using mercenaries. That might really be the way to go. And if I go for war against the Byzantine, I might have to deploy at least 10k of them. So it's going to be highly expensive to go off them, but I don't really see any other way of doing so. They won't get any revolts, at least as long as they are a republic, which is basically the biggest, well, reason why they aren't falling apart at all. And with that said, things get very ugly very fast. What I think we're going to make an attempt at here is, first of all, allow this army to reinforce, and then we're actually going to go for war against the Byzantines. I have no idea how that will actually work out, and if I can actually make something out of it altogether. But it doesn't hurt to try, at least. I would have liked to be able to claim some land here, but we don't have the claims that we need to do so. I do only have claims on, well, Aquitaine, but once again, it's not really the best place to take Poitou, and small county, so it's not really worth it. What we are going to do is allow, as I said, this army to reinforce, and we'll try to fight the Byzantines. We'll probably have to wait until next time, though. Might see if we can build our army up a little bit more. And I don't really want to screw myself too badly over. We'll see what we actually end up on. As I said, we were going after the Byzantines. I'm actually going to test so, because as you can see, they are having a Cuman invasion. No idea how that'll actually work out, and they're actually attacking the Bulgarians. So if I, well, step in and also cause some trouble, it could get interesting. We're going to go for claim Cremona, and I'm also going to, well, plot to kill him if I could, but I can't. Can I plot to kill his heir? I can't even do that. But if I can take Cremona and do a couple of sieges here, in the south especially, then I think I'll actually be able to snatch this province without too much fuss, and then we can go after Sicily after that. That's my plan. If it will work out is a different story entirely, but I can always hope. Let us march down to Benevento and Sicily, and see if I can actually win. I've also had a daughter, unfortunately not a genius, but doesn't really matter. Well, that is kind of interesting. It's already giving up, which means that they're actually quite weak. Secondly, then, should I go ahead and use the truce breaker here? I'll sacrifice a ton of prestige, and every Christian ruler will hate me, but potentially taking a couple more counties here would first of all make the map look prettier, but I would also be able to, well, change some other things, but no, I think what we will do is wait for either truce to run out, death, something like that. Doesn't really make too much sense here to go ahead and cause too much trouble. We're going to play it safe. I'm also very tempted to allow this guy to fabricate a claim on Susa, so we can just get that out of the way. And we'll continue with what we have been doing. The very, very short war of the Byzantine against the Byzantine just ended. I have no idea how short it actually was. By my estimate, it was probably just a month or two. But that's fair enough. we'll probably fight them some more next time if they are just as timid. We'll see how it goes. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and hopefully I'll see you around next time. Bye.